Hi. Well, I just thought I'd come on and do a little quick live today to talk to you about emotional eating. So, as most of you know, I'm doing a challenge. It starts on Monday, but we're having a party. I haven't told everybody about this yet, but a launch party on Sunday night where I'm just going to tell you exactly what's going to happen each day, tell you about some of the prizes and the competitions that will be going on. So that'll be really fun. But it actually starts on Monday. And I just thought, just to wet your lips, I would talk a little bit about emotional eating. So what emotional eating is. Now, the medicine.net definition of emotional eating, which I looked at this morning, says that emotional eating is the practice of consuming large quantities of food, usually comfort or junk foods, in response to feelings rather than hunger. And experts estimate that 75% of overeating is caused by emotions. Now, yes, absolutely, it's a big deal. Overeating, 75% is caused by our emotions. So you can imagine what your life would be like if you could get a handle on your emotional eating, particularly if you're struggling with weight problems, health problems, etc. However, a lot of the people that I speak to, in the hundreds and hundreds of people I've helped, say, I'm not an emotional eater, I just love food. I eat when I'm happy, I eat when I'm sad, I eat all the time. In fact, actually, when I'm really stressed or anxious, I don't eat, I can't eat. That's when I lose weight most. I mean, it's well renowned, isn't it, that the breakup diet's the best diet in the world. So if it was that I struggle with my emotions and my feelings, why is it that when I'm really, really stressed, I'm really anxious, I don't eat, but yet when I'm not, I just want to eat all the time? So I just thought I would try and explain that a little bit more. Now, the majority of people, when they overeat, have learned, we've got conditioned behaviour, learnt behaviour from being very, very young, that tells us that if we eat something, we feel better. It's usually ingrained from parents and grandparents, very well-meaning, that when we hurt ourselves, they'll pick us up, give us a hug, say, oh, do you want an ice cream, or would you like a lollipop? So we're conditioned, our subconscious mind is conditioned that eating is a really good way of making us feel better very quickly. And when we're little, it happens every couple of days or whatever, and we forget about it really quickly, we get on with our life. As we get older, we get more and more stressed. We get more and more things that we have to deal with and manage in our everyday life. So we start to use food on a more regular basis. So it gets to the stage where we just feel we're eating all the time, but we just don't know why. Why do I just keep wanting to eat? And I hear people over and over again say, I just never seem to be able to fill up. I never seem to be able to eat enough. I think I'm just greedy. Actually, that's very, very, very rare that somebody is just greedy. Very, very rare. What is happening is that over time, a sense of loss of oneself sort of happens through life's events and things, and the food is actually filling a void, or like an empty feeling inside. Because if you think about the fact that the biggest emotional trigger I hear people say, so if I say to people like, when do you find it hardest not to eat? Most people say in the evening, at night, when I'm home in front of the TV. Now, usually that is their least stressful time. And people will eat when they're least stressed and they're bored. Not when they've lost their partner or even in, great times, like when you fall in love. You lose your appetite, don't you, because of that excitement, that amazing feeling that we have inside. We don't feel the need to emotionally because we're so happy. When we're really, really stressed, we don't feel the emotion to eat because we're feeling our feelings so intensely. We're letting our feelings go through because we have no option. It's in that, what I call that meh. It's like a feeling of meh. It's during the quiet times when there's just no drama. Everything's quiet. You're left with your own thoughts, and your feelings come to the surface, but they're not massive feelings. They're just little ones. They're just niggly, yucky feelings. And something's just not right. I just feel uncomfortable. So you think, I just feel like I need something. Don't know what it is. I tell you what, I'm going to get a biscuit, some chocolate, and it does, and it helps. But then there's that vicious cycle of, what have I done? Why have I done that again? I'm trying to lose some weight, or I don't want to be doing this. Why am I doing that again? I feel I'm rubbish, I'm useless, I'm this, I'm that, and the other, which makes that empty feeling even worse, makes you feel even worse about yourself. So then the vicious cycle starts all over again. But I just wanted you to think about this. It's in the moments when there's least stress that we usually do most of our emotional eating. Not everybody, and everybody's different, but a lot of people do. So in my Stop Emotional Eating and Start Living masterclass, I'm going to talk you through this and talk you through the different types of eating, emotional eating, and there are a good few. So you can work out which one you fit in. I am also going to talk about the 4 parts of the brain and which parts of the brain are the strongest and why it's really, really difficult for you to be in control when that emotional eating monkey, I call it, starts shouting. And then how you can start to break free from this emotional eating. Now imagine, if 75% of overeating is caused by emotions, can you imagine what your life would be like if you didn't have that? Can you imagine? Just for 1 minute? I'll leave you with that. Okay, take care. Bye.